There was a plot point reintroduced in Kingdom Hearts 3 that I'm pretty sure nobody saw coming. And that was the reintroduction of the new 7 Princesses of Heart, which was a premise originally introduced in Kingdom Hearts 1. Those being Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora, Jasmine, Alice, Belle, and Kairi. With the impending Keyblade War on the horizon, Xehanort had to ensure that his 13 Darknesses had 7 lights to battle in the coming conflict. Turns out, sometime between the events of Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 3, the majority of princesses decided to pass on their power to a new generation, and unfortunately, we only saw 3 of these new fair maidens in the game: Rapunzel, Elsa, and Anna. Kairi remained a part of this group, but the game ended without us knowing who the other 3 princesses were, which begs 2 questions. How's it going, nation? Welcome to The Lost Crown, and let's jump into it. Like I said before, there are 2 questions left to answer in regards to this topic. The first one being, who is in the final 3? Over the years, Disney and Pixar have been responsible for introducing new, strong female candidates for this role, and I believe we can figure out who the remaining 3 are based off using the original 7. But first, we must ask ourselves, what qualifies a Princess of Heart? The canon answer is that they must be female and must be pure of heart. As we can see with Alice, they do not have to be an actual princess or be from a royal lineage. From what I could see, the only trait that's shared between all of them is the fact that they've all been placed under dire circumstances that they had to overcome without sacrificing their beliefs and morality. Cinderella was abused by her stepmother and stepsisters. Snow White was a victim of an assassination attempt staged by her stepmother, the Queen. Aurora was cursed by Maleficent and endured a sleeping curse. Belle sacrificed her freedom for her father's by choosing to stay at the Beast's castle. Alice survived the madness that is Wonderland, and Jasmine is forced to live under strict law held up by her father. And Kairi was experimented on constantly by Xehanort before getting transported to the world of Destiny Islands. With this in mind, I believe that the new 7 hearts must share this one trait in order to be deemed pure of heart. Case in point, Rapunzel was kidnapped as a child and has been locked away in a tower her whole life, and still managed to treat strangers she meets kindly. Anna and Elsa grew up isolated from each other, and despite this cold upbringing, both managed to care for one another deeply as well as the citizens that live within their kingdom. With all this in mind, I think we can determine who the remaining 3 princesses could be based on this merit alone. The first obvious candidate being Moana. Moana is definitely the strongest candidate in this list, due to the many parallels her movie has with the Kingdom Hearts franchise. In the beginning, Maui, the demigod, stole the heart of Te Fiti to give man the ability to create life. However, by doing so, darkness began to consume the world, plaguing all the world's resources while monsters search for the heart of Te Fiti. Years later, Moana yearns to leave her island and goes on a quest to restore the heart of Te Fiti and bring peace to her world. If there was ever a Disney movie perfectly crafted to be used for a Kingdom Hearts game, it is this one. It's actually a movie that I wouldn't mind following the plot of that movie, since it's so KH-coded. Anyways, what makes Moana a clear candidate? Through her determination, not once does she treat others cruelly, and tries everything in her power to help others and her fellow islanders. At the first sign of her island's corruption, she tried to go beyond the lagoon to hunt fish for her people. She selflessly left Motunui on a quest to restore the world so that her people could prosper. If that's not Princess of Heart material, then I don't know what is. The next candidate I feel that has an extremely strong chance of being one of these new 7 hearts is Mirabelle from the movie Encanto. Throughout the entire film, Mirabelle is constantly looking out for her family members, despite not having a special gift of her own, while almost every single one of her family members have special gifts. Despite this difference, Mirabelle remains cheerful and determined to save the family from whatever's corrupting the Madrigal magic. I feel like Square Enix could take some creative liberties here, and making the reason why Mirabelle didn't receive a special gift is because she's inherited the powers that a Princess of Heart has, thus having a pure heart of light. Due to Encanto's success, I feel like there's an 80% chance we'll be seeing Encanto in the next string of Kingdom Hearts games, and this would be the perfect opportunity to give Mirabelle her special gift. And finally, the last princess that I think we could see as a strong candidate is none other than Tiana from Princess and the Frog. Like all the other women on this list, Tiana has a strong will and strong sense of self, as she is determined to accomplish her goal of being a chef and restaurateur. Despite having a best friend that could easily pay for her dream, Tiana insists on raising the funds herself, while still managing to care for others. When turned into a frog, Tiana became friends with other bayou creatures, and even helps them fulfill their dreams. Tiana definitely fits the bill on this established trait. Plus, with Kingdom Hearts 4 having a heavy emphasis on death, and Sora being a friend on the other side of reality, there's a strong chance Princess and the Frog could be a world in the next game. With that said, I think the new 7 Hearts consists of Kairi, Anna, Elsa, Rapunzel, Moana, Mirabelle, and Tiana. Now, earlier in the video, I mentioned that there are 2 questions that must be asked regarding this topic. The first question was a matter of who, but the second is a matter of why. In this case, do we really need to know who the remaining 3 are at this point in the timeline? The reason I'm asking this is the matter of why this concept was even introduced in the first place. In Kingdom Hearts 3, the central conflict of the game was Master Xehanort wanting to recreate the Keyblade War by raging his 13 Darknesses the battle against 7 Lights, those being the Guardians of Light. Marluxia and Larxene explained to Sora that if he is unable to find his team of Guardians, then Xehanort will have no choice but to involve the new 7 Hearts in this battle. Since this didn't come to pass, there isn't really a need to reintroduce this concept, since there isn't a reason to bring them back. Granted, I'm sure Tetsuya Nomura could think of new ways to make them important again, but as of right now, their identities aren't important. Now, it would be cool if the gathering of the 7 Hearts could somehow create a portal into unreality, but we see that the fairy godmother can do that with the Nameless Star and Melody of Memory. So there goes that cool idea. Will this Lost Master arc involve the new 7 Hearts, or will this just be another concept we'll never know the real answer to? Personally, I'm much more interested in how the originals passed on their power, and what chose their successors. Perhaps I'm just looking too deep into it. Guess I'm just your typical KH fan. Post down in the comments on who you think the final 3 princesses should be, and write about if you think they should be covered, or just be left as a mystery for us to ponder on. Let's start a conversation. Until next time, I hope you all have a sumptuous day. Until our next communion.